please.
Yes, sir. Jamil Shah, Estado de São Paulo, Brazil. So, on Mr. Warner's comments yesterday, also it was mentioned that you went to South Africa to meet 37, 41 countries. Can you comment on that? And some governments are already saying that the elections should be postponed. What is your opinion on that?
Please be so kind to stick to one question. Thank you very much.
So you want me to answer to the first or to the second? So listen, if the governments will try to intervene in FIFA's organization, then something is wrong. I think the FIFA is strong enough that we can deal with our problems inside the FIFA, and I'm sure the day after tomorrow, the Congress will show this unity, will show this solidarity, and will solve the problems which will be, if there are any, in the Congress.
Next, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Mahmoud Lauda from الاقتصادية newspaper from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The media today named what happened in the FIFA is a crisis. Is it crisis?
Crisis? Yes. What is a crisis? If somebody of you would describe to me what there is a crisis, then I would answer. Football is not in a crisis. When you have seen the match, the final match of the Champions League, then you must applaud and you see what the game is, what is fair play on the game, what is good control of the game. We are not in a crisis. We are only in some difficulties. And these difficulties will be solved inside our family.
Tarek, please.
Mr. Blatter, over here. Tarek Panja here from Bloomberg News. Just a question. Mr. Warner released details of an email sent to him by Jerome Valcke, which was confirmed by Jerome Valcke. In the email, he seems to allege that Qatar bought the World Cup. Later on, Mr. Valcke released a statement saying he meant that Qatar used all its financial strength for its bid. He didn't mean they bought votes. However, can you give your backing to Mr. Valcke? Do you think Mr. Valcke, as an administrative official, is becoming too politicized at the moment?
I do not answer this question, and I ask you for understanding. You have received FIFA's General Secretary's statement. We will come back later inside the FIFA on that. So sorry, but I'm the president of FIFA. You can ask questions on me, my person.
And that statement is also available on FIFA.com. Next, please. Sorry, Matt, sorry. Sorry. The question is here. Sorry, Mr. Scott, we can't start this way. The next question is here. Jean-François, please. Thank you very much.
Listen, gentlemen, I accepted to have a press conference with you alone here. I respect you. Please respect me. And please respect the procedure on the press conference. And if you ask for a question, then ask for the mic. And don't intervene. We are not in a bazaar here. We are in the FIFA house. And we are in front of a very important Congress. So please.
And just recall, this press conference is being translated. We need the microphone for that. Thank you for your understanding. Jean-François, please.
Jean-François Tander, Handelszeitung. Herr Blatter.
Mr. Blatter, you said a few minutes ago that for CONCACAF you're offered 2 gold projects. Can you do that? Can you do that in the light of the statutes? In the light of the competences of the FIFA president, he can say even do more, but he must have that approved by the Executive Committee, and Executive Committee approved that. I did precisely that.
David, please.
Mr. President, here, David Bond from BBC News. Given now that 2 of your Executive Committee members have been suspended pending a bribery investigation, one of them was going to be running against you as president for the presidency. Can you see now why there are calls to postpone Wednesday's election?
What action?
That you should postpone Wednesday's election.
If somebody wants to change something in the election or in the Congress of Wednesday, these are the members of FIFA. This cannot be done by the Executive Committee, cannot be done by any authorities outside of FIFA. It's only the Congress itself. It can do it. It can do it with 3/4 of majority and changing the agenda at the beginning of the Congress.
Mike.
Mr. Blatter, Mike Collett from Reuters. Down here, just here. How do you feel personally that Mr. bin Hammam has pulled out of the challenge against your presidency and that you will now be standing alone again as president? What would you say to Mr. bin Hammam about pulling out, and how do you feel personally that he is no longer challenging you?
You should ask him why he pulled out. Personally, I was prepared to go into an election process with another candidate, and then the Congress would have decided. Now the situation has changed.
Brian, next question.
Mr. Blatter, Brian Swanson, Sky Sports News. What would you say to those within the game who want to see a re-election for Qatar 2022? And what would you say to officials and supporters who tell us that you are a major problem? For FIFA to change, you need to leave.
These are two questions. Which one you want me to answer?
Both.
No.
Second question.
The second one. Again, I bring this item back to the Congress of FIFA, and they will decide if I am still a valid or non-valid candidate or a valid or non-valid president. And they have the say.
Paul.
Paul Kelso from the Daily Telegraph here, Mr. President. Can I ask you, do you believe that the Qatar 22 World Cup bid and the way they won the World Cup was clean?
I believe that the decision which we took for the World Cup 2022 was done exactly in the same pattern and in the same environment. We have made the decision on the 2018, and there was no problem for FIFA's Executive Committee, to act in this direction. And again, I said what I have said at the beginning of this press conference. There is no issue for the World Cup 2022.
Next one over there, on the right side, President.
Mr. Blatter, Torgeir Krokfjord, Dagbladet, Norway. Critics claim that FIFA's reputation is at its lowest ever. How and why have you let this happen on your watch?
Listen, I tried, and I try since years, to have the FIFA reputation at the highest possible way. But we are in a game, and in this game, I will tell you that there is a lot of gambling, and not only gambling on the field of play. And I have to say, at the beginning of FIFA, when I entered 36 years ago and more, now 36 years and a half in FIFA, I have to say we had no problems. We had not even problems until 1998, because this was the so-called very modest FIFA. And now we are a comfortable FIFA, and I think because we are too comfortable, some people like that we are too comfortable, and with such a situation and being in a game, then everything, all the little devils can enter the game, And we have to fight against these devils. And we started to fight, but we are again in a very bad situation. But we have now the possibility at the Congress on Wednesday, starting tomorrow, but on the Congress of Wednesday, the football family has the opportunity, and if they want to take it, but the delegates, they have to take it, and to answer when the Executive Committee is there, but specifically when the President is there, if they want to restore this credibility of FIFA, and if they want to restore it with me. Thank you.
We take two more questions. Osasu and Martin, please.
Thank you. Sasso Baiwan from New African Magazine. Mr. President, to say that it's been the season of the long knives in football would be an understatement. Having a situation where fellow members of your EXCO have turned on each other, accused each other of so many things, how do you think you'll be able to clean up the blood from all of this? How will you be able to sit together in EXCO meetings and trust each other? How would you be able to move forward with football after all that has happened?
With faith, energy and moral. I repeat what I have said several times, and you should be aware of that. I have not chosen the members of my executive committee. They are delegated by the congresses of the confederations. I have to deal with the personalities, they are there. And I deal with them, and I try to do the best out of it. And specifically, if we have now these instruments to go into wrongdoing, as we have just proven in November and not later than yesterday, then you should be aware that something has changed in FIFA, and then we will try to change more in the future. And I have just said we will reinforce the Ethics Committee, but I cannot change the members of my government. This is not up to me, but the Congress will be aware that something must be changed.
Final question, Martin, please.
Mr. Blatter, it's Martin Ziegler from the Press Association. I've been speaking to a member of FIFA's Executive Committee who says he's heard chatter that the election of the Algerian candidate Mohamed Roua in the CAF Confederation, that was not all as it should have been in terms of the way the vote was taken. Is this something that FIFA can now look into as well? Because surely this is the time when you have to clean up your act.
I will present to the executive, not to the executive committee, to the Congress, when I'm speaking on zero tolerance, how to deal with the past. This will be the question. And this is the answer to your question. If the Congress will be happy that the Ethics Committee shall go into the past, then something will change in FIFA. And this is the Ethics Code. And I'm sure not everybody in the FIFA family has ever read it. And it is so easy. It's not more than 21 articles. So easy. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You can ask a question without the microphone. This brings our press conference to an end. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
I have asked for respect. I have only asked for respect, nothing more. I was respectful to you, and okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, dann allerletzte Frage für Herrn mit Mikrofon.
The very last question with a microphone. I don't understand. Microphone, please, sir. This is a press conference.
Everybody can understand that. This is a press conference, and I thought it's for asking questions. And there is so many more people here which want to ask questions, and it's not about respect, because this is respected.
Yeah, but I have said that I have a time at your disposal. Right. I have answered the questions, and now I thank you for your attendance. I thank you for your interest, and we are looking forward to tomorrow.